I had a lot of confidence going in of my experience and how that will correlate to the court. But when you are up against an election, that's a whole nother skill in of itself. Trying to get elected is a skill.
Welcome to the first episode of UNsaid, the conversation behind the conversation. We are here today with Kristina Morris, who is currently running for judge in Auglaize County. And we really wanted to just sit down, have a conversation about what is happening behind the scenes during this election.
We have a primary, so likely the determination will come through the primary. And that's one of the things that has had to be said throughout this election so that people understood just how the election process works in a primary, especially here in Auglaize County with a contested primary election where there'll likely only be one person on the ballot in November then.
Having the guts to run for judge, it has to be a lot. I mean, just sitting down and talking on camera is a lot, but actually putting yourself out there to get elected, to go through this process, how has that felt?
It has been a roller coaster ride for sure. I got into law for children and families, and I've done this for 20 years now. And so I've been a litigator. I've worked in the courts. I'm now a magistrate. I consider myself a strong jurist, legal scholar of sorts, and also a teacher of other magistrates because I do serve as faculty for the Ohio Association of Magistrates. I have a lot of experience doing the job, and so I had a lot of confidence going in of my experience and how that will correlate to the court. But when you are up against an election, that's a whole nother skill in of itself. Trying to get elected is a skill. And so I was like, I knew I had the capabilities to do the job. I just didn't know if I had the skill to get elected.
It's been a fun, creative project for myself to help you put your voice out there in video form. But when you were kind of, looking into what to do, did you realize that this was going to be such a marketing campaign versus an electoral campaign?
Since I've been working in the courthouse for so long, I'm not necessarily a household name because you can't hire me as an attorney. And so I knew going into this that I needed to put myself in front of people because unless they've been in my courtroom, they may not know who I am. And to be able to vote for somebody, you got to know who they are. I thought about how can I best let the voters know who I am, what I'm about. And that's really, it takes video to really find that unless you're going to be out and I was out in the community quite a bit as much as possible. So some of the people were unable to meet me out in the community. And because of that, I wanted to make sure I could meet them online because that's a very accessible tool for people these days. And so using social media, creating videos to introduce myself, to introduce the court, to talk about what the court does, to talk about how I handle the court. It was a vision that I had from the very beginning, and then coming to you to say, okay, how can we make this a reality? And you brought my vision to a very fruitful and very beyond the expectations that I had to deliver that to our community through these videos.
What was great about the first conversation that we had was that you were like, I want one long video and maybe a short one to put on social media. And I was like, let's take this to the next level. And what we did was we sat down and one shoot did 3 different backdrops. I mean, I think we were here for 2.5, 3 hours and just pumped out content.
I came with the content and you came with all of these lights and mics, stuff that I don't use as a litigator. And so us collaborating with me bringing my skills in terms of educating voters and you bringing the equipment to get that education out there was, I think, kind of a bit of a dream team for us.
It was awesome. We have been posting videos every single Monday and not missing a beat. And they are doing incredible with your reach. We've had over 200,000 unique reaches in just 2.5 months time of when we started this campaign. It's been amazing for me to see. I think people thought maybe Facebook is, not as active as what it once used to be. And you showed that that is not the case.
Well, we're lucky that the community cares.
Yes.
And being out in the community, not just on Facebook, is very important. And so I think that collaborating myself out in the community, getting myself out there, and then having something for them to reference or share with friends really created a huge buzz.
It did. I would like to say you went local viral because some of your videos have just done so incredible. And I know you like to say that it was me, and I like to say, no, it's you. It's the content that you created, the effort that you put into it made my job easy so that all I had to do was edit. You know, you really took that time to say, I want to put myself in the shoes of my voters, and what do they need to hear from me in order to know that I'm capable of doing this job? And you knocked that ball out of that park.
Well, it's important to me, and it's important to me to not just do my job well, but to do it with the service and heart that I give to it every single day. And so it took reaching the community, not just in person, but through Facebook. And I think that people saw that in me through the videos. So thank you.
One thing that you can't fake on video is who you are as a person and the aura, the presentation that you have. It's so natural way of connecting with people. And so I think giving All Glaze County that ability and that platform to see who you are, how you can help them, I think also really helped them feel connected to you as a human.
I get to do that every day. I connect with the community. I connect with people through what I do. It's very important that they get a chance to see who I am, to trust that I will do what's right for years to come and not just on the day chosen. So it's very important to me that the community can trust me and what I can bring to this role.
Deciding to run for judge is seriously putting yourself out there without knowing the end outcome.
I wasn't just on Facebook. I was out in the community. I was talking to people, meeting as many people and as many voters as I could throughout this whole campaign. But this really was a support and a resource for them to come back to after they had met me or when they talked to friends and family and learned that this is happening in All Glaze County. And so it became a nice resource for voters to utilize during this process.
And I think we can't, ignore the fact that you've been working full-time behind the bench as a magistrate in Shelby County, while also being a parent, doing all the daily things and running this campaign. So it has not just been something that you've had the ability to go door to door every single day. You are working and serving this community while also hoping to help represent and serve another community.
My job is very important to me, and people in the cases that are in front of me are very important to me. And because I've been doing this so long, I have been able to find a balance to make sure that what I'm doing in my courtroom, make sure that those cases are handled appropriately with fairness and everything that it needs, and they get the time that it deserves and the attention that it deserves. But then I had this outside thing, and I can't work on it at work. I can't do those things. Work is work, and then this was all after. Everything I did was after hours, and so it's been a lot of extra work, but it's so worth it. Get the opportunity to hopefully serve my home county of All Glaze County, and so it's been fantastic.
I know this is the first UNsaid episode, so I haven't asked this on previous episodes, but in the future, this is how we're going to end it. And I know that it's going to be a shocker question, but what is one thing that is left unsaid?
Well, I'm so excited for the election results and to see where this goes. And I'm excited and hopeful for the opportunity to serve All Glaze County. And when I started this, I didn't know that I was likely the first female to ever run for judge in All Glaze County. And I think one thing that's left unsaid is, will All Glaze County elect their first female judge? And so that's really exciting for the future of All Glaze County. And so that's something that's still left unsaid.
And it's something to be very proud of,
Well,
regardless of the outcome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.